There's a big graphics card shortage. I don't know if you're aware of this right now. Chips.
Okay.
The chips, everything from cars to...
Right.
You've heard about this, I imagine.
I have heard of this. I've been following.
So graphics cards are in extreme demand. They're in extreme shortage. And so I listed this card I bought last year for $360 in summer on eBay, and it sold for $700 and something, right?
Wow.
So a year-old card. This is the last generation, not even like the best cards you could buy anymore.
Wow.
And it got bought from a guy who's in like Jordan.
All right.
Which is not a good sign, because I don't know if all of Jordan has enough power to run one graphics card.
Okay.
From what I've understood about the region, poor.
Yeah, so
or super rich.
One or the other.
Right. So zero feedback on their eBay.
Okay.
So that's a warning sign.
And then how does he pay? Like PayPal?
Yeah. So
Okay.
I haven't used eBay in a long time, since the early 2000s. But my account's 20 years old, 2001. Several hundred positive feedbacks,
Okay.
but I haven't used it in maybe a decade, because who eBays, right?
True.
But when you have, because they take like 10%, by the way. It's fucking insane.
PayPal takes 10%?
Yeah. No, eBay.
Oh, wow.
It's just like seller fees are just fucking
Sure.
insane. And then now they have, of course, like if you want your listing bold, or have a fire emoji next to it, or if you want anyone to see it at all ever, like pay extra.
You want to pay extra for that?
Yeah.
Okay.
So this guy bids on it. He wants it shipped to Sarasota, Florida.
Is that
He's got zero feedback.
okay?
He pays 3 days later.
Okay.
I look up the address, and it is a shipping center that relays shipments internationally for international customers. Obviously there's a lot of expatriates, who want things you can't buy in other countries.
Yeah.
This is like a reshipping service.
I think I've seen this episode of Dateline.
It apparently is legit. I researched it pretty hard. In the eBay forums, there's a common address.
Okay.
There's plenty of legit customers.
Okay.
It's a legit business that does this. There's plenty of reasons hey, you can only get these Oreos in the States. This flavor that I like, and I'm rich, so I ship over a case every month. Whatever. Okay. There's plenty of legit reasons. So I do my research, and everybody's like, you have to ship it. Like eBay rules state you have to ship it. He has zero feedback. You're both protected. It tells me I have seller protection.
Okay.
It's like, you ship it, and by the way, you're only liable for it to get to the first destination. From there and on, that's not your problem, because that's not part of the transaction.
Right.
So I'm hesitant, zero feedback, but the guy pays. I talk to him. I'm like, what, I ship it. Everybody says you have to ship it, or you take a ding. Like you'll take a hit.
Sure.
So I ship it. 3 weeks go by. I don't think another thing about it.
Right.
And he's like, I wake up one morning. This is his voice. What's the deal? You sent me a 40 graphics card. This is not graphics card. Not a good deal. Not a good man. And I'm just like, hi, good morning. And he's like, what the fuck, motherfucker?
He's claiming you sent something that
he sends me pictures, and he's like, what is this? You send GeForce 1220 Ti or something. I don't know what the fuck he says. And he sends a picture of a graphics card that looks like something out of a steampunk novel.
Right.
I swear there's leather straps on it.
I'm pretty sure that's not the one I sent.
It's so basic, bitch. And it's the box that I sent and everything.
Right, but it's super easy for him
Yeah,
to
so
have
he's
an
like,
extra graphics card.
you scam, da 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 da. So I send the photos of the label from shipping, me boxing it up.
But yeah.
I mean, how do you prove
his word against yours? This is what they sent me. They sent me some beef jerky and a fucking and a box of toothpicks.
And by the way, this bit me. I don't know if you remember, but this bit me back in Florida. I had a laptop that I sold for $600. I had mailed it off, and the guy was like,
I think I remember
"Oh,
that.
it's broken. I'll send it back." He sends back bricks, and then PayPal is literally just like, he sent it back. We have a tracking number. We refunded him. We sent it back. He didn't.
Does your tracking number show what was in the box?
Right. I was so mad. I remember my PayPal account went negative. I was so upset.
It's such horseshit.
So it goes to ruling, He escalates it to a claim. He starts cussing me out, calling me a scammer and all this shit. So I'm like, well, let's just let eBay settle this. Because you're supposed to try to solve it, but he's just accusing me. And I'm like, First of all, who knows how many hands this has gone through, asshole? These are like hot items. It's in a box labeled what it is.
Right.
I don't know. I don't know if the shipping center you have like unboxes it and rebox. I don't know how any of that shit works.
It got to the first place. You should have gotten paid for it.
Right. I paid extra. Originally in the auction, I said I was going to do 2-day priority. I did FedEx overnight with adult signature. That means they have to check ID and write down the adult's name. Like they have to verify by ID that it's over 18.
But they can't verify what was in the box.
Right.
So.
Right. So basically, a week goes by. eBay comes back to me and says, we know you said no returns on the auction, but we think in this case, the best option is allow him to return it. And I'm just like, is a human even looking at this?
He's not going to return the thing you
Right.
sent.
What is he going to return? The shitty,
the steampunk graphics card?
Crank-operated graphics card?
And then he's like, I
not
returned
since
it.
Johnny B was in school for graphics have they had graphics cards like this. Everybody used to talk about Photoshop too. Yeah, so like now I've gotten a tracking number. I guess this guy's sending me a thing back, and they're like, as soon as we note that the package has been delivered, we'll refund the money to this guy.
Like, no.
And they've already taken it out of my PayPal account. It's an escrow or whatever.
Yeah.
So it's like I'm just double fucked. By the way, I have hundreds of positive feedbacks on a 20-year-old account. This guy signed up 2 months ago, has 0 feedback, and they're giving him his money back, and he has my graphics card.
Right.
How in the world of worlds
that's so
is
stupid
this
that you
okay?
can't,
I don't understand.
You should be able to, like, say, no, I'm not selling it to that person. Like, yeah, you won the auction, but you don't have enough feedback or whatever.
Yeah, I don't know how a guy who sells things and has tons of positive feedback but also it's like, it's clear a human's not even...
Right.
Is a human even reading? Hi.
Yeah. No, there's no... I don't think there's any humans like on some of some of these accounts. I had a friend of mine who he's got like this travel blog on Instagram.
Yeah.
And just one day his shit is just shut down. He got an email like you've been warned in the past for some whatever violation and your account is permanently closed. He's like,
of what? Like what kind of
he was like, I have no idea what this is about. Like, and it took him like a week and a half or 2 weeks to get them to reinstate his Instagram. He was like, I've been posting stuff for 2.5 years to build this up, and then all of a sudden they just pulled the plug.
Yeah, but this is the thing they're doing now just across the board to people. Like, this is why that woman 2 years ago or whatever shot up YouTube.
Right.
She got like demonetized.
Okay.
And like, you remember this? The only person she killed was herself, but she shot like 3.
Okay.
She like went into the lobby of YouTube. Also, this is another one of the ones that like had the cops called on her days before that she was like sitting on a canyon above the YouTube offices, just like cleaning her gun. Yeah, like
they're like, well, how are we supposed? What were we supposed to do? How would we know that
so
was
the guy that like shot
violent?
the Waffle House naked? Like his parents had turned him in a year before and said like, we think our son might shoot something up, and they were like,
yeah, we can't do